Honors Chemistry, and welcome to section 2.3 where we talk about significant figures. Okay, so when we're talking about the reason that we need to talk about significant figures is because pretty much everything that we use is a measurement, right? Meaning that there is a tool or a device that is used to gather information about a substance or a sample, right? Which means that the number of digits that we record, so the number of digits or places that we can write down on our paper, we are limited by the graduations or the quality of our instrument, okay? So for example, if we're looking at this ruler down here, right, it's marked off in centimeters, right? Specifically, if we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we have 10 divisions per centimeter, right? Which means this measures, right, out to the tenths of centimeters. Now, if my device is marked off, if my smallest graduation is the tenth of a centimeter, then I am sure about the ones place and the tenths place, right? And then I'm going to use my eyeballs to estimate one place beyond the smallest graduation, right? Hopefully you jotted that down for the book, but if not, jot it down now. You will always estimate one place beyond the smallest graduation, okay? Which means that, let's say we're measuring this quarter, right? So again, we will start from 0, right? Because that's where all measurements start, right? And then we'll come over here, right? And obviously in real life, we would use a straight edge, which I don't happen to have on me, right? But that's my best guess, right? If I were to pull that straight down, right? So it would be 2.1234, and those digits would be sure, okay? Based on the fact that they are marked on my ruler. I can then estimate that this is 2.41, or I could estimate that it's 2.40 if I'm so inclined, right, centimeters. But I could not say it's 2.45 or 2.48, right? Does that make sense? So there's some variability in that last place, okay, because we're estimating that with our eyes. But just like we did in that graph question from chapter 1, right, we can take this area, right, and we can divide it into half, and then we can eyeball, is it less than the half or more than the half, and come up with a good approximation for what that last place should be, okay? So likewise, if we look at this scale here, right, this is 140, this is 150, right, which means these are marked off in singles, right, so ones, the ones place, right? So if this is marked off to the ones place, I can estimate to the tenths place. So this is 145, 6, 7, right? And then we might say 147, right, 0.5, as in I think that's approximately halfway, right? Or I could say 147.6 pounds, right? And that would also be fine. Yes, does that make sense? Okay. Next up we have this old school thermometer here, right, which is measured in Fahrenheit, right? This is the 100. And this must be 110, which means that we are again marked off in the ones. So this is 101, 2, 3. This would be the halfway, so I think it's just under the halfway mark. So 103.4 degrees Fahrenheit is what I would call that measurement, okay? And again, some variability in that last place, all right? Here's a graduated cylinder, right? Something that you will be reading a lot of in the lab, I hope, right? So if we take a look here, we will see that, and we have this blow up to help us be crystal clear, right? But clearly here are our ones, and then here are our tenths, and it turns out that it's even graduated down to the hundredths of places, right? So if we're looking at the bottom of this meniscus, right? So this is 5.12345, so 5.5, and this tells us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.55, and I think it is just above that 5.55, but less than half, so 5.551 milliliters, right? Because again, we can estimate one place beyond the smallest graduation. All right, in the next section, we learn about how to do math and count significant figures if we are just given data, right? And how to use our understanding of measurements to come up with the right answer at the end, or round to the right number of answers at the end. All right. Thank you for listening. Be good, and I'll see you soon. Bye.